What's going on, all you wild Targaryen enthusiasts? It's your two favorite Game of Thrones enthusiasts back here for Cinephellas. And tonight we're going to be talking about the first season of House of the Dragon that just premiered in HBO Max not too long ago. We reviewed the first episode, but we're back tonight talking about the entire first 10 episodes.
What a first season it was. Introduction into this, the family of Targaryens that we'd obviously been introduced to within Game of Thrones, many years back, over a decade now. And now we're back, in this world that George R. R. Martin created. Brand new story taking place, many years before the events of Game of Thrones. Looking at how basically the whole family of the Targaryens came together, their rule, and how their family were able to get into power, and all the infighting and crazy things that happened within this world as they reigned, and then of course led to the story of the mother of dragons in Game of Thrones. But an awesome show overall. We enjoyed the pilot episode, and from there, the show for me, it never really disappointed. Was always top notch production. The acting was on point, and it being led by a terrific performance by Uncle Paddy Considine as Viserys Targaryen, the king.
And he gets uglier as the show progresses because they do a lot of time jumps in this in the
Yep.
series and the season for sure. They fast forward in time when they're older. He gets leprosy and he just starts deteriorating away. Like the practical effects are amazing, but he did a great job as the King Viserys. A young daughter Rhaenyra, he gets married. His brother being Damon, played by Matt Smith, was really fantastic in this season. A guy that never ages either. He just as time goes on, he just looks the same. But he's such a conniving douchebag and a guy that will do anything for his family being the Targaryens, but you can't trust him, and he'll also try to fuck his family as well. But it really sets up a lot of great characters in this. This is 200 years before Game of Thrones, so this is the ancestors at the height of the power of Westeros, and using their weapon of mass destruction being dragons. And anybody that gets in their way, they're going to be scorched by these huge, massive dragons. And the CGI and these creatures look amazing in the season. Really fantastic. Looks like a movie. But if anybody gets in the way of this family, they're going down.
Yeah, this was one of several Game of Thrones spin-offs that were announced several years back. We were supposed to be getting another one before this, actually, that actually got scrapped after they filmed the pilot episode. That one was supposed to star Naomi Watts. And, when they screened it, they must not have liked what they saw. And they made the right choice by going with the House of the Dragon because, across the board, everything was great with this series. The only problems that I could see and understand people complaining about were the time jumps, like you manage. We see different actresses and actors as they grow up. Rhaenyra starts as a small girl, and eventually she's a totally different actress that plays her, along with the actress that plays Alicent, and then eventually becomes Olivia Cook's character. So in between those couple episodes where you get that time jump, it kind of throws you off a little bit. But after about an episode of introducing the new characters, it never loses steam from there. It just propels forward. The story's never dull. It's always moving forward in the first one. And really, we see the deterioration of King Viserys, and how his daughter Rhaenyra is, going to take over and keep the Targaryen name strong and alive. But of course, with it being Game of Thrones and George R. R. Martin's writing, there's twists and deceptions and things along the way. A big power struggle that's going to take this series. How many ever seasons it's going to go. I can see this going at least 5 seasons. There's a lot of mythology to cover, and you can already see where this is going with Alicent, being married to Rhaenyra's dad there all the way up into the end, and with Viserys's wish of wanting Aegon to eventually get the throne, to inherit the Iron Throne like him. But Alicent hears that, and she spins it into making the other Aegon the king, the crazy king Aegon. and it's, it sets up this power struggle that's going to happen here, and there's going to be a lot of fire breathing dragons along the way, and a lot of deaths, and the great stuff that we expect from these Game of Thrones shows.
Yeah, it really causes a lot of tension between Alicent and Rhaenyra as well there for a long time. And then Viserys towards the end is like bringing the family together. Let's stick together and get through this because they're really going to need each other, which really sets up the ending having to do with the death of one of the kids, which is really crazy. But it really brings the kids more into play towards the end of the season too, like the future of Targaryens and other families as well. But it really puts it on the line. The stakes are super high. Each episode leaves you on a cliffhanger, and really the ending of it was really fantastic, much like a movie. It's really kept you invested, really shocking, and setting up like more of like a Civil War sort of look for the upcoming season 2. So they're going to battle for sure, and we're going to see some really great set pieces. But overall, the first season was incredible. I loved it. I went in with low expectations, fell in love with all the characters. I thought they all did a really fantastic job. Uncle Patty, you have Olivia Cook in this. Matt Smith was probably my favorite as Damon, just a really bad person, but he can fight, and he took out some really big villains this season as well. So I'm interested to see where his character goes. List goes on and on. Rhys Ifans, who played Otto Hightower, I thought he was really good. Always good seeing that guy. Just the cast goes on and on. Really fantastic across the board. Showrunners did a great job of adapting, this material 200 years before Game of Thrones, and they kind of went with it, and it really paid off. And I enjoyed the first season all across the board. Visual effects top notch. Dragons looked amazing. Set pieces looked amazing. But overall, just had a really great time with this, and super excited to see where the future happens with all these characters. So that being said, I'm going to give the first season House of the Dragon, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Let's see how this hair pieces.
Yeah, what a great first season of the show. I too went in with lowered expectations. It's got obviously a big shadow from the original Game of Thrones series that ended a few years back. Can it ever live up to that? But it does its own thing, and it remains true to the feel of the original Game of Thrones show. It kept the same theme song. It changed up the visuals. I liked how they did that. It keeps you in the same universe, so I was happy with that. The cast from top to bottom is awesome. Matt Smith being awesome, Patty Considine, all the actors and actresses did a great job. It's awesome to see Olivia Cook. She's going to be amazing as her character Alicent gets more and more powerful in the show. She's a great actress. I can't wait to see her, in future seasons. Everybody really, even the kids, everybody was really great. It had some funny blonde wigs in it, comical, it's obviously fake hair, but you gotta give them some slack and leeway. Another thing that they did differently from the original Game of Thrones series is they introduced more people of color. There's some people of color in the main cast, which was something we didn't really see last time. So it's nice to get more, ethnicities and people involved in the show. But it kept me in every episode, and I can't wait to see where they go with future seasons. It's going to have a different showrunner than the first season, so hopefully they're able to keep this momentum going into the future. With that being said, I'm going to give HBO's House of the Dragon a 4 out of 5 Matt Smith hair pieces.
So we want to hear from all your rascals out there. What did you like about the first season of House of the Dragon? What didn't you like about it? What's your favorite episode of Game of Thrones? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to click subscribe. Also, check out these wild rascals on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and our website, Cinephellas.com, for the latest, greatest TV and movie news and reviews.
What did you guys think of House of the Dragon? We want to know. Please comment in our comment section. We love hearing from all of you. This is a show that we can't wait to revisit when it comes back. It's going to be a while. I don't even think they've started filming the second season yet. So we're going to have to probably wait until 2024. So it's going to be a long wait, unfortunately, with these big shows, but I'm sure it'll be well worth the wait. We want to thank everybody for following along with us. As always, thanks for checking out our review of House of the Dragon. Until the next Cinephellas TV review, I'm Uncle Henry Targaryen.
And I'm Logan Lannister, signing out until next time.
Cheers!